Welcome back guys, in this video I'll be testing Star Wars Battlefront 2 on my Steam Deck running on SteamOS and ROG Ally running on Windows 11. Steam summer sale will start on 26 June, but a lot of game publishers have already kicked off their summer sale, including EA. Battlefront 2 is selling for around $4 on Steam Store. In India it's priced at around Rs 249, 90% off discount. Many other games from EA are also on sale. I'll just highlight a few of them. FC25 selling for around Rs 200, 80% off discount. Battlefield 2042 selling for around Rs 149, 95% off discount. Jedi Survivor selling for around Rs 700, 80% off discount. Mass Effect Legendary Edition includes the first 3 Mass Effect games, their remastered editions, selling for around Rs 299. Dragon Age the Veilguard 50% off discount, selling for around Rs 1500. First I'll test the game on my ROG Ally. We'll be running the EA app version of the game. It's an action shooter game that features both single player and multiplayer modes. The single player campaign is set between the films Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens and follows an original character, Iden, the commander of an Imperial Special Ops Strike Force dubbed Inferno Squad. For this game I have set the UMA buffer size to 5 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 341. I have installed Ally's latest official GPU driver that added support for Doom the Dark Ages using a 27 watts manual profile. All 3 power values set at 27 watts. 900p resolution, CPU boost disabled. Connected my FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode. Adrenaline settings for the game. FreeSync enabled. VSync disabled. Anti-lag setting enabled. We'll be testing the game using AFMF 2.1 and LSRG. First I'll run the game without any frame generation technique, show you the base game performance. Video settings, display mode borderless, 900p resolution. VSync disabled. Game supports both DirectX 11 and 12 APIs. I am running the game in DirectX 11 mode. Observed less stuttering compared to DirectX 12 mode. Film effects, film grain, lens distortion disabled. Motion blur set to nil. Resolution scale maxed out. Everything set to high except for post processing quality set to low. TA high. That's it. First I'll test the game's campaign mode. Performance in this game can be very variable depending on the area. In the indoor areas FPS will be close to 100 on ROG Ally. In the outdoor areas it will be within a range of 60 to 70. Alright, the mission has started. Need to eliminate the rebel squads. Enemy in front of me. Use the stealth approach. The FPS is close to 70. We are hitting the GPU bottleneck here. Scan the area. Another enemy. Other enemies got highlighted in the background. VRAM usage is close to 4.7 GB. Game is running smoothly. Okay, I'll just enable AFMF. Open Adrenaline settings. Enable AFMF 2.1 from here. Check its status should be active. Search mode set to high. Prevents frame generation smoothing effect from getting disabled during fast visual motion. Performance mode set to quality. I'll apply a 58 FPS cap using Radiant Chill. Peak FPS and idle FPS value set to 58. VSync off, FreeSync on. Resume the game. Yeah, I can observe that amount of smoothness. FPS is close to 115. This is amazing. Game's HUD elements are not flickering, but the crosshair is flickering. See? Common artifact. I hope AMD will resolve it. Okay, I'll engage in combat now. Throw a grenade. Missed my target. Cleared the area. This area is secured. Proceed further. More enemies up ahead. I'm in a hurry. Alerted everyone. Playing the game on normal difficulty. Smooth experience here. I'll just switch to LSRG now. LSRG is a universal frame generator. part of a paid application called Lossless Scaling that sells on Steam Store for around $7. First, disable AFMF. LSFG settings. Frame generation type set to LSFG 3.1. Mode fixed. Multiplier 2. It will try to double the FPS. Flow scale maxed out. Not using LSFG's performance mode. Not using any of lossless scaling subscaling algorithms. Sync mode set to default. Max frame latency set to 1. Draw FPS setting on. Capture API TXGI. Queue target 1. Clip cursor setting enabled. Hotkey combo for enabling LSFG. Control Alt and S. Start as admin setting on. Minimize the app. Disable Adrenaline performance overlay. I'll use Afterburners overlay to show you the performance metrics. LSFG enabled. Press its hotkey combo. Control Alt and S. FPS counter. Resume the game. I can observe the added amount of smoothness. Base FPS, it's close to 55. FPS with frame generation close to 110. Crosshair is not flickering. Even the game's HUD is not flickering. Enemy. No slowdowns here. LSFG seems to be slightly heavier than AFMF in this game. More enemy here. Bigger area. Need to be careful, taking a lot of damage. Not in the clear yet. I think that's it. Someone is still live. I can see an enemy in the background. I'll switch to the first person mode. Game supports both first person and third person modes. So good performance in the story mode. No signs of stuttering. Now I'll test the game's multiplayer mode. Disable LSFG. Remove the 58 FPS cap. I'll just start a quick match connected to a 5 GHz band Wi-Fi channel. I'm from India. Hopefully latency won't be an issue. Found an online match, took about 40 seconds. Match started. In the outer area FPS is close to 90. It's raining. I'll enter the facility. My teammates. In the indoor area FPS is close to 100. See? Shoot the enemy. My teammate, I'll help him. Tin can down. The latency is not a problem. Good performance on Rogue Ally. Low on HP. Explosion did not slow down the game. Obscured my vision though. Oh no, the tin can has a shield. Now I'll test the game on my Steam Deck. I have the LCD variant of Steam Deck. Its display supports up to 60Hz refresh rate. Already shown you how to install EA app on Steam Deck via Steam itself. We'll drop the video tutorial link in the description. For EA app, I am using Gproton version 10-4 as the compatibility layer. Launch the app. It's recommended to disable EA apps overlay. Just open your profile. Settings, application. From here you need to uncheck this option, enable in-game overlay. Launch the game. There's Battlefront. I have installed it on Steam Deck's internal storage SSD. Game started. Performance QM settings, overlay level set to 2, frame limit set to 60. That's it. In-game settings, display mode borderless, 800p resolution. Running the game in DirectX 11 mode, DXVK will be used to translate DirectX 11 calls to Vulkan API. VSync disabled. Motion blur amount set to nil. Film effects, film grain, lens distortion disabled. Resolution scale 100%. I am using the medium graphics preset. First I'll test the game's story mode, campaign. Cutscene is playing 60 FPS. Audio is not stuttering. I'll jump into the gameplay. This is the second mission. Takes place in a big open area. Alright, the mission started. Here FPS is close to 60. That's really good to see. Big open area. Thick foliage. Some trees are burning. These effects are not slowing down the game, hitting the GPU bottleneck here. Even the CPU load is on the higher side, close to 80%. My scanner highlighted the enemies. Image quality is looking so clean. Native 800p resolution. Looking for the next wave. There they are. Her CPU load 90%. Oh my god. Power drop close to 25 watts. Should be getting a playtime of around 1 hour 45 minutes on a full battery. You can cap the FPS at 40 for a more stable experience. It will help in conserving the battery. The FPS dropped to around 45 for half a second. Back up to 60. This guy was behind me. Cleared this area. I'll just cap the FPS at 40. Next wave is here. Yeah, power draw dropped to around 22.5 watts, almost high. GPU load dropped as well. FPS is very stable now. Need to defend this area. Switch to first person mode. Game's multiplayer mode is compatible with SteamOS. I'll just test the game's multiplayer mode now. Remove the 40 FPS cap. Quick match. Connected to a 5 GHz band Wi-Fi channel. Yeah, match started. I'm inside a facility. Here FPS is close to 60. That's really good to see. Just follow my teammates. This is the network status है. And me. Got one. Good to see the game's multiplayer mode working on Steam Deck, compatible with SteamOS. You know how the situation is with some newly released EA games. Anti-cheat software not compatible with SteamOS. Linux in general. Throw a grenade. FPS mostly stays within the range of 50 to 60. Not experiencing any latency. I'm from India. Hardly takes 30 seconds for an online match to start. A lot of people are playing this game. That's it for the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.